evening. Welcome to yoga. My name is Danielle. Thank you for joining me for this live stream Comeback Yoga class. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit organization that meets veterans where they're at. Sometimes that means providing classes to you at home. This is a level 2 class, and there might be less instruction in a level 2 class. If you've ever taken a class with me, you know that I always cue 2 yoga blocks and a yoga strap for practice. And if you don't have those things on hand, you can use things in your own house. For instance, you can use couch pillows or bed pillows instead of blocks to pad the joints, if that's what we're using them for. And if we're using the props to create height and stability, you can use a firm book. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a necktie, a belt, or even a towel. So this might feel like a typical yoga class that you've taken before, but comeback yoga classes are taught from a trauma-informed perspective. And the difference there lies in the instruction, in the language that we use, and in certain tools that we might also employ. For instance, start to take a look around at your space. Start to get oriented to your space. And notice the things around your space. Notice where your exit is. And if there's something that you can do to make yourself even 10% more comfortable, do that now. So that might mean changing the position of your mat so that you face your exit. Or maybe having a phone available and handy by your side, but just placing it face down so it doesn't distract you as we begin to move in practice. So now that we're oriented to our space, we're going to start lying down on your back. And I want you to take your yoga strap or prop to the top corner of your mat where you can reach it. And then I want you to bring your blocks to the middle of the mat, kind of where your knees lie. Come to lie down on your back. And take a moment to shift your hair, your body, your clothes. Get as comfortable as you can in this position. Begin to notice how you're breathing this evening. Notice the quality of your breath. And if your breath is coming in a bit short or ragged, start to slow it down. And then begin to deepen your breath. Take a slow and steady inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs with air. And then open up your mouth, sigh all of your air out. Do that again. Inhale, fill up to the top. Exhale, sigh it out. Begin to find a rhythm to your breath that you can maintain for the rest of our class. Keep the slow and the steady inhales. Use your exhales to empty out entirely. Soften your muscles, hinge of your jaw. Scan your body from head to toe. Take note of any areas that feel tight, tense, or sore. And start to send your breath there. And also be mindful of those areas as we begin to move and practice. And take one more deep breath here, fill up to the top. Stay for your exhale, let it go. From here, bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little hug, a little squeeze. It might feel nice to sway side to side and draw circles on the ceiling with your feet. Just take a little movement here to release your low back. And then keep your right knee into your chest. Bring your left foot down to the floor. Take your strap, loop it around the ball mount of your right foot and extend your right leg towards the ceiling. Start to walk your hands up your strap. Start to straighten your arms best you can while still keeping shoulders pressed to the mat. And then if you haven't already, start to straighten your left leg. You'll feel your left heel slide across the mat, so you want to kick it forward like you're trying to kick a wall in front of you. And as you do that, continue to press your right heel up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale here. And on your exhale, take the strap into your left hand, bring your right arm out to the side for support. Start to move your leg over to the left for a twist. You've got a block there waiting to support your top leg. And then let go of the grip on your strap and bring your arms out to the side like a T. Think about pressing your right shoulder blade down to the mat, even if it doesn't touch all the way. It will give you a sense of grounding in this pose. Your gaze starts up at the ceiling where it can stay, or if it's okay on your neck, take your gaze away from your legs towards your right thumb. And take one more inhale here. Slowly on your exhale, return your right leg to center. Remove your strap, give your right knee a squeeze. And then you're going to place the right sole of your foot to the inside of your left leg and let your right knee fall open. You've got a block there to support your knee if you need it. Tree pose on your back. Reach your arms up and overhead. And as you do that, press down firmly into your left heel. Start to find some expansion on your side rib cage. Take one more deep breath here. Slowly on the exhale, straighten the right leg down and meet the left. Bring your hands down by your side. Do a few rounds of breath here. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug, give them a squeeze. Add that movement if you like. Keep the left knee in, bring the right foot down. Locate your strap, loop it around the ball mount of your left foot. Extend your left leg towards the ceiling. Start to walk your hands up your strap and straighten your right leg. Feel the right heel slide across the mat. Kick the right heel forward like you're trying to kick a wall in front of you. And as you do that, continue to press your left heel up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, take your prop into your right hand, bring your left arm out to the side. Start to move your leg over to the right for a twist. You've got that block there to support you, arms out to the side like a T. Now your left shoulder blade is your anchor. Gently press it down to the mat and take your gaze where your neck feels best. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, guide your left leg back to center, remove your strap, and hug your left knee into your chest. Left leg goes wrong to meet right. Do a few rounds of breath here. Let your body absorb that stretch. Bring your knees into your chest. This time, take your hands to the backs of your knees and rock and roll the length of your spine. Come up to seated and Take your blocks with you. Okay. You might also want to bring the strap up in case you need it. And from here, we'll find our way to tabletop wear, which is a neutral spine. Think about stacking your shoulders over your wrist and your hips over your knees. On your next inhale is cow pose, belly lowers, gaze goes forward. Your exhale is cat, round your spine and take your gaze down. Good, do it again, inhale, cow pose. And then exhale, round your spine for cat. Start to go on your own breath. And feel free to stay a bit longer in one of the postures, especially if it gives your spine a nice stretch. You can stay with these cat-cow breaths or start to take other movements to open up. It might feel nice to circle your hips or look over your shoulders. There's no right or wrong. Just go where your body wants to go. If you find a tight spot, stay there for a few breaths, work it out. Slowly come on back to center and take a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go wide. Send your hips to your heels. Bring your forehead down to your mat, to one of your props. Or you can do what I like to do, make a little pillow out of your forearms and rest your forehead there. Consider this your home base pose. So what that means to you is that this pose is available to you the whole time that we're practicing. If you become fatigued, if you lose your breath, if I call out a pose and it's not working in your body this evening, know you can always return to child's pose to rebound and to reconnect. Take one more deep breath in, fill your lungs, the back of your heart with air, and then open up your mouth, sigh all of your air out. Good. Come up to hands and knees. From here, we'll find our downward facing dog. Hips go high, thighs press back. Might feel nice to ease into this first one with movement. Walk your dog, sway your hips. Really try to relax your neck. Nod your head yes a few times, shake it no. Allow the crown of your head to be heavy. Eventually find a little stillness here and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. You'll be at the back of your mat in a forward fold. Keep that bend to your knees enough to bring your hands down to the floor. Hands can reach up and grab for opposite elbows. Good. You can do this pose in stillness. You can add movement by swaying side to side. The call is up to you. Good. Take one more inhale. And your exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Keep a micro bend to your knees as you roll up to standing slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Neck and head are the last to come up. Let's meet at the top of the mat, and we'll start to link our breath with movement. Your next inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. And your exhale, soften to your knees as you fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Come back to that tabletop flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs and release. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, draw a circle with your hands. Exhale, soften to your knees as you fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs and release. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Let's add on. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, come up high on your toes, shift to plank pause. On your exhale, we're coming down to the mat. You can always bring your knees down first. Everything lowers to the floor, tops of the feet are flat. Inhale to a baby cobra. Lift up your chest, roll your shoulder heads back. Then exhale your chest to the mat. Press up through hands and knees, find downward facing dog. Take an inhale here as we hold. Stay for your exhale, let it go. Inhale, come up high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, take tiny little steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift to plank and pause. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Tops of the feet are flat. Inhale to a cobra pose. Lift your chest like a wave. Lift your shoulders at the top. Exhale, come down. Find downward facing dog through plank or tabletop, yogi's choice. Take an inhale here as we hold. Stay for the exhale, let it go. Inhale, come up high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale your hands to your shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold again. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift to plank and pause. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Take an inhale here as we hold. Stay for your exhale, let it go. Come on down to hands and knees. Take a seat. Give your legs a little shake. And then we're going to come down to the floor. Place the block in between the palms of your hands. Press the palms of your hands into your block. Reach your fingertips forward as you roll your shoulders back. Pull your low belly up and in. Slowly with control. Come on down. Once you get down, bend your knees. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. Straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. And then reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling as well. Make sure that your hips and shoulders are grounded. Continue to press your hands into your block. Keep all of that and start to lower your left heel all the way down to the floor and then let it hover about an inch. Then bring your block up and overhead. We'll hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Everything comes back to center. Reground shoulders, reground hips. Keep all of that. Lower your right foot down to the floor. Let your right heel hover about an inch off the mat. Bring your block up and overhead. And we'll hold this for 3, 2, 1. Everything comes back to center. Reground shoulders, reground hips. Lower both heels down, let them hover. Reach block up and overhead. We'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everything comes back to center. Block can go off to the side. Hug your knees into your chest, and then bring your feet flat. Your knees are bent. Press up to an easy bridge, just to give your hip flexors a little stretch after that hard work. And then slowly lower your hips down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your hands behind your knees. Rock and roll the length of your spine and take your prop with you. Good. Once you get to the top of the mat, we're coming back into a tabletop. From tabletop, curl your toes and find downward facing dog. And your next inhale, reach your right leg high and back. On your exhale, bring your knee into your chest. Hold, hover, and round your spine. Inhale your right leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward. Bring your right foot to your right thumb for a lunge. This is where blocks can come in handy. You can place your blocks or place your hands to blocks on any height. And then wiggle your right foot closer to your right block or your right thumb. And then press your left heel away from you to engage your left leg. Look forward, take an inhale. And then on your exhale, straighten your front leg any amount and bow forward. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, bend into your knee lunge. Exhale, straighten and bow. One more. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten and release. Inhale, bend into your right knee lunge. Exhale, reach your right arm open for a twist. And then on your inhale, spin your chest open just a bit more. On your exhale, release your right hand down. Good. Plant your hands and send your right leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale and reach left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, hold, hover, and round your spine. Inhale, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, left foot to left thumb lunge. Hands to blocks if you'd like. Wiggle your left foot closer to your left thumb or your left block. Press your right heel away from you, like there's a wall behind you that you're trying to kick. Inhale, look forward, let your hips get heavy. Exhale, straighten your front leg any amount and bow. Good, do it again. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten and bow forward. One more. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten and release. Inhale, bend into your knee lunge. Exhale, twist your left arm open. And try to stack your shoulders on top of each other. Inhale, spin your chest open just a bit more. Exhale, release your left hand down to the floor or your block. Plant your hands left leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Hips go high, thighs press back. Take an inhale here as we hold. Stay for the exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale and reach left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, hold, hover, round your spine. Inhale, left leg high and back. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, left leg high and back. Exhale, left foot forward. Tense your fingertips or hands to blocks. Good. Press your right heel away from you. Look forward on your inhale. Exhale, step up. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. So bring your legs together and your feet together. And then palms up over the head, and then release your index fingers. Good. Now, reach your, it'll kind of look like this. Right foot goes off your mat with your right big toe down for support. Okay? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lengthen over to the left. You can keep your big toe down or start to lift. Good, come back to center. Left big toe down for support, slightly off your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lengthen to the right. Big toes can stay down or big toe can lift. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Good. Release your hands down. We're going to take a forward fold with an arm variation. You can always use your prop. If you use your prop, you want to take a grip on it that has your thumbs out, okay? Or you can interlace your fingers at the small of your back. Inhale, pull down on your knuckles, let your chest lift. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. As soon as you drop your head, lift your hands up off the small of your back. It might just be a couple inches. It might be more straight. You might have the flexibility to bring your arms over your head. So we'll all look a little different here. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, release your fingertips down to the mat. Inhale your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale and breathe, left leg high and back, right leg high and back. Bend knee, stack hips. But it might feel nice to circle your ankle or your knee. But if you prefer stillness, let your right heel get heavy to the left side of your mat. You'll feel that top hip fan open. And then re-square hips, bring knee into chest, look forward. Bring your right foot between your thumbs. Back heel drops. Your next inhale is a warrior two. The left arm guides you up. On your exhale, adjust your stance. Can you bring your front thigh more parallel to the mat? And then let your tailbone drop. Reach your fingers so far away from you, it feels like your arms could grow another inch. Keep the length in the arms, relax the shoulders down your back. We'll add a pulse. Inhale, straighten your front leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend into your knee, warrior two. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, palms overhead. Exhale, bend back into your knee, warrior two. Look forward, flip your palm, reverse, right arm up and over your ear. And then exhale, come back. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg, bring your back heel in a click, and start to reach forward slowly. When you can't reach anymore, bottom hand comes down, top arm twists open to triangle pose. You can use a prop underneath your hand on any height to make this pose more accessible. Press down firmly into the big toe of your front foot and the pinky edge of your back foot. Keep the legs engaged and strong. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, come back. Warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your front leg. All 10 toes point to the left side of your mat. Tee out your arms, bring your feet underneath your wrists. Inhale, press down into your feet. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. Hands can come down to the floor or to props. And then take a soft micro bend to your knees. Shift all of your weight to the ball mounds of your feet. That's going to send your tailbone high. Crown of the head is weighted down so there's length in the back of your neck. So just notice where the sensation builds here. Try to send your breath there. Inhale, tense your fingertips, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot your feet until you're in your lunge. Plant your hands, right leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Cobra pose. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale and breathe your left leg high and back. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. If you want movement, take it. If you prefer stillness, find it. Re-square hips, bring knee into chest, look forward, bring your left foot between your thumbs, your back heel drops. Your next inhale is a warrior two, your right arm guides you up. Good. On your exhale, adjust your stance. I'm just changing so you can see me. Bring your front thigh more parallel to the mat. Tailbone drops. Fingers reach away. Shoulder blades drip down your back. Let's add that movement. Inhale, straighten the front leg, palms touch. Exhale, back, warrior two. And again, inhale. and exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, palms touch, and then exhale back to your warrior two. Flip your top palm in reverse, left arm up and over your ear. And then exhale, come back, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, bring your back heel in a click, start to reach forward slow. When you can't reach anymore, bottom hand down, top arm open, triangle pose. Engage your legs by pressing down firmly into your feet. You can take your gaze down, you can take your gaze up, just depending on how your neck feels. And one more inhale. Exhale, come back, warrior two. Hands to hips, straighten your front leg, all 10 toes point forward. Tee out your arms, inhale. Exhale, fold. As soon as your hands come down, tent your fingertips and lift up to a halfway lift. So shine the crown of your head forward as you press your thighs away from you. And then start to walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot your feet, you're in your lunge. Left leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your back. Exhale, press back to a well-deserved child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go wide. Send your hips towards your heels and your forehead to rest down to your mat, to a prop. Or you can make that little pillow out of your forearms and rest your forehead there. Return to the rhythm of breath that we established our class with. Slow, steady inhales to fill up. Full, complete exhales to let go. If there's any lingering muscle tension, try to send your breath there. What can you soften? What can you let go of? Take one more inhale here. Slowly on your exhale, release all of your air. Look up at your hands and walk your right fingertips forward. You want to tent the fingertips down so there's space underneath your right arm. You're going to slide your left arm underneath your right. And then you're going to hook your chin to the crook of your elbows. And you can always place a prop underneath your forehead. So your hands go as wide as you can make them. Continue to allow the hips to move closer to your heels. And if you're using that prop underneath your forehead, allow yourself to rest into that support that it provides. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, you can take your gaze forward, undo the cross of your arms, and then it's left hand forward, right arm goes underneath, elbows cross and hands go as wide as you can make them. And you can always support your forehead with your prop or else hook your chin to the crook of your elbows. And this side might feel a lot different than the first side. And that's okay. We're not perfectly symmetrical. One side might feel tighter and one side might feel more flexible. And that's why we offer props in yoga classes, so that we can support the tighter side and make the poses accessible to you. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, take your gaze up. Undo the cross of your arms. If you're using a prop, place that over to the side and come on up to a hands and knees position. From here, take a seat and give your legs a little shake. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open wide. And then we're going to take a forward fold from here. You can use props to make this more approachable if you'd like. You can wedge the props, the arches of your feet, and on any height, so that when you hinge forward at your hips, your forehead has a place to go. That's option one. Option two, can bring a block behind your heels, and then the same premise, bring your forehead down. Option three, if you're not using props, get a nice tall spine and enter the fold with a flat back. And then to deepen, you can walk your fingertips away from you and let your spine round. Notice where you're holding your stress this evening. Is it the back of your neck? Is it the space between your shoulder blades? Maybe it's your low back or your hips. Wherever that tension is, try to soften those areas as we hold the pose. So stay with your inhales and stay with your exhales. Slow, steady inhales to fill up. Full, complete exhales to let go. One more inhale. On your exhale, start to walk your fingertips back, lift up your chest. Go ahead and give your legs a little shake. Good. We'll counter that with a seated twist. So from the side view, it looks like this, coming into an easy seat. You'll bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. This allows your left shoulder to roll open and back. You can take your gaze center, chin to chest, or past your left shoulder. Always be mindful of your neck in a twist. Take an inhale, and exhale, come through center. Opposite side, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you, roll your right shoulder open and back. Gaze where your neck feels best. Inhale. Then exhale, come through center. Give your legs a little shake. So we'll come down to our backs from here. And I want you to bring your blocks with you as you go. Set them up just like we did at the beginning of class. And once we get all the way down, they should be where your knees land. And as you come all the way down to lying your back, take a good morning stretch. Reach through your fingertips, reach through your toes, circle out your wrists, circle out your ankles. Find some length on your side body. And then bend your knees, bring your feet flat. And you're going to bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open wide. The blocks are there to support your knees if your low back and your hips feel tight. You can rest your hands wherever you like in this pose. However, I like to bring my hands to my belly button. To my belly, right below my belly button. Sometimes it's easier to stay connected to breath when you can feel it. You might notice when you inhale, your belly rises underneath your hands. When you exhale, your belly lowers and moves away from your hands. Just let that be something that you can attach your mind to. And know that that's your only job right now, to breathe. Let every inhale and exhale take you a bit deeper into the posture. And allow your body to become more heavy and more still. And you can keep your hands right where they are, or you can reach your arms up and overhead with your hands reaching for opposite elbows. If that makes your shoulders feel compromised or crunchy in any way, just bring your hands back down. But if you are reaching for opposite elbows, instead of breathing deep in your belly, start to expand your breath to your ribcage. Now take your hands to the outside of your knees, gently close your knees together. And then you'll keep your knees bent. You'll need one block for this next pose. You're going to lift up your hips and place your block to your low back for a supported bridge. You want to make sure that you're safe and supported. And if you have tension in your low back or your hips when you come into this pose, walk your feet wide to the edge of your mat. From there, once you get yourself situated, there's not much more for you to do than breathe. Feel your feet press down into the floor. Feel your hips get heavy on your prop. Feel your shoulder blades spread and widen beneath you. And the back of your head, the base of your skull, gently supported by your mat and the floor. What can you soften? What can you let go of? You can keep your knees bent and your feet flat, or you can bring your knees in towards your chest and start to straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. If you feel wobbly on your block, hug it for support. Otherwise, allow yourself to enjoy that sense of calm that it brings from reversing your blood flow like this. Now float one foot down to the floor. Allow the other to follow. Lift your hips, scoot the prop off to the side. When your hips come down to the floor, hug your knees into your chest. It might feel nice to add movement to give your low back a little massage. You can stay with knees to chest, or you can take a happy baby. For happy baby, grab for the sides of the feet with your hands and pull your hips down in the direction of the floor. Now release what you're holding on to, either your knees or your feet, and let your legs go long. We're going to come into our final rest pose. So take a moment to shift your hair, your body, your clothes, get as comfortable as you can in this position. Return to your natural and spontaneous breath, the breath that enters and leaves your body without any kind of effort. Feel how the mat and the floor supports you. The back of your head gently supported by the mat. Feel the weight of your shoulders underneath you. Feel the weight of your glute muscles. Feel your heels press down into the floor. If you have more time to devote to your rest pose, I recommend another 5 to 10 minutes here. If you're ready to be guided out, wiggle your fingers and your toes and sway your head from side to side. And bring your knees in towards your chest and roll all the way over to your left or your right side. Pause once you get there, and then use the strength of your arm to press up to a seat. Once you get up to seated, bring the palms of your hands together, press your thumbs into your sternum, and feel your heartbeat underneath your thumbs. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I hope to see you again next week. Take care.